looking at the power of discipline, if you like, call it the power of self-discipline. From Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 5 to 18, we saw a very sorry case here where servants were riding on horses and princes were walking on foot as servants. And then the Bible begins to analyze what brought that about. It was a broken covenant. There are fundamentals that the prince must get acquainted with and put to work before they can occupy their rightful place. And whosoever puts to work will occupy that place. Whosoever. The laws of life are universal. Everybody has to breathe to stay alive. It's not enough to eat. Everyone has to go to the toilet to keep his body awake and alive. You can't settle with everything you ate. So, what were the covenants broken by these princes? One, lack of direction. You can never be a success without having a direction for your life. You can't wake up in the morning and say, oh, you can say anywhere. Don't get anywhere that way. Only those going somewhere ever get there. So you must have direction for your life. You can't go to a motor park and say, where are you going to say anywhere? They believe that something is wrong upstairs. You must know where you are going or you are going nowhere. It's a wisdom. It's profitable to direct. They had no direction, so there's no way they can be free from frustration. Then he went on in verse 16 and said, woe unto you, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. But blessed art thou, O land, where thy king is a son of the nobles, and thy princes eat for strength and not for drunkenness. That talks about discipline, self-discipline. No one ever fulfills destiny without this virtue. One John Milton said, as the morning shows the day, so the child shows the man. Every great tree begins from the root. You hardly have a playboy who becomes a responsible adult. Everything great starts from the root. Now you don't have to go shopping for a great tomorrow. Connect with the fact of life now. You keep celebrating that tomorrow. A life void of order can never make progress. That's what we're trying to look at today. The place of self-discipline in making the most of our pursuit in life. What is self-discipline? It can be defined as possessing a sense of mission in the pursuit of life. You have a well-defined goal and you're packaging yourself towards actualizing and realizing those goals. You bring yourself under compulsion to realize your goal. You are not just celebrating the goal. You understand the price and you are out to pay the price. Most people know what they want. Some even know what it takes, but they are not ready to give it what it takes. Self-discipline is about bringing yourself under necessity to realize your desired goals. What is self-discipline? It's operating as commanded, not as convenient in your quest to achieve your goals. That is, you are just out to see your goals accomplished. Self-discipline is all about setting order over one's life. Being where you should be when you should be there. Doing what you should be doing without requiring any supervision. Self-discipline, therefore, is being a law to oneself in a bid to fulfill one's mission. It is living under self-set rules, setting boundaries around one's life so as to fulfill our goals. I make my choice for what is profitable above what is acceptable. It's acceptable to go from place to place, say hello to everybody, and really love them. But how profitable is it? How profitable is going somewhere because you just have to go somewhere? I mean, whether you have anything to do there or not. How profitable? Shakespeare said something interesting. He said, I wasted time, and now time doth waste me. With those enormous literature that came from him, he wasted time. With his prestigious place in the world of literature, he wasted time. Self-discipline is a deliberate choice for what is profitable above what is acceptable. It is the efficient management of oneself and time. Now, some people's 10 years is up to some others 50 years by reason of efficient management of their time. I don't have time. No, we have equal time. Don't say I'm poor at managing my time. I am poor at managing my time. Everybody has 24 hours. The poor, the rich, the average, the above average, the excellent. The efficiency of time management is what makes the difference between one another. One of my early mentors in life, very respectable man, was a grade 3 teacher. He worked his way to earn a first degree, a second degree, a third degree, and became a celebrated personality at NIPS. Having also served as secretary to state government. Others die at that level, but no. invested his time while others squandered it. Self-discipline is key to outstanding success in anyone's life. That is your value for time, your value for your desired goal, drives you to set rules and laws around your life. Life is all about you defining your values and standing by them. Time is an asset of equality. While some invest it, multitudes squander it. Benjamin Franklin said, "Doth thou love life? Invest time, don't squander it, for that is the stuff life is made up of." Invest your time, don't squander it. It's one of the characteristics of high-level self-discipline. Highly disciplined people have utmost value for time and they endeavor to make the most of it. The value of self-discipline is inestimable. This is why everyone is absolutely responsible for the outcome of his life. Everyone. Young people, success is not transferable. You can't inherit it. Every successful man has to earn it. The success you don't earn, you cannot sustain. Waiting for the inheritance of your father is selling out your destiny for a morsel of meat. If your father is a professor of renown, there is no way you can inherit that status. You try to do that, you'll be charged for impersonation, you end up in prison. That illustration shows you that no matter how accomplished your parent is not transferable to you. What you don't earn, you cannot sustain. A good friend of mine, Professor Julius Okogie, said something. He said, "You can't prepare the future for your children, or you can prepare your children for the future. You can't." Many great names with great fortune have left here, leaving a fortune for their children. They squander it before their body is decomposed. They squander it before their body decomposed in the grave. Finish. Begging on the street because you can't keep what you don't earn. Wealth gotten by vanity shall diminish, but it that gathered by labor shall increase. It is only what you earn that secures your future, not what somebody transferred to you. Self-discipline is a requirement for outstanding accomplishment in life. And it's all about efficient self-management and efficient time management. Those two major characteristics define what we call self-discipline. It's efficient self-management and time management. It's not enough to see the future you desire to see. It's important to be willing to pay the price to realize it. Anybody can make anything out of his life if he's willing to pay the price for it. The busier you are, the freer you are from the evil vices of the day. So, it goes beyond just accomplishing your goals. It protects your life from the devourer. Therefore, everyone must rise to take his destiny in his hand. We all know that a year is made up of only 52 weeks, and a week is made up of 168 hours. Now, 1 year, therefore, is made up of 8,736 hours. It's not that long. No one has 1 million hours on earth, because 100 full engaged life is still less than 1 million hours. Let's wake up and take responsibility. The worth of any life is a function of the worth of his time. So we talk about in his lifetime. What his life, his time was worth while he lived. Quality time investors usually ends up as newsmakers. All smart time investors, more often than not, end up as stars in their fields of endeavors. That's why those who make news hardly watch them. Their time is invested making news for those to watch to have what to watch. Their time is fully invested in making more news than those who must watch as their own calling in life. We have what to watch. There is nothing extraordinary on its own. It is man's extraordinary input that makes it so. There is nothing extraordinary. Just any dummy can be a success if he knows what it takes. That's what Zig Ziglar said. Just any dummy can be a success if it knows what it takes. The purchasing power of success is universal. There is no developed country that makes you a success. There is no that developed country that makes you a failure. It's paying the price anywhere you are. It determines your level of success in life. Choose to be part of those that make things happen. Someone has said 5% of people make things happen. 25% watch things happen. They're entertained by the happenings. And a whooping 70% don't know anything's happening. Every quality investment today yields dividends for you tomorrow. So get into it and make the most out of it.